Alright, what is going on, y'all? We are back with another video, and we are here to talk about day one of the NBA playoffs. Overall, each and every one of the games was very good. Good way to start the playoffs. First off, let's talk about, in my opinion, the best game of the day was for the first game, and that was Miami versus Milwaukee. As you can see, the game went to overtime. Milwaukee won 109 to 107, and this game was back and forth. Very sloppy shooting numbers. Wasn't a good shooting day. But it was some good, hard-nosed defense. Both teams. It's going to be a great series. Both teams play hard. Even though, like I said, both teams are playing well. Let's talk about how Milwaukee. In my opinion, it is different. This is a huge win for Milwaukee. Good, big confidence booster for Milwaukee, especially with the way this game was played and the way they won this game. Gotta feel a lot better for Milwaukee. Now, here's one concern I have about Milwaukee. I am concerned about Gianni hurting his bicep. The way he was holding his bicep late in games, you can tell he wasn't nearly as aggressive as he was throughout the game. And I'm gonna keep an eye on that throughout the series. He ended up having to wear a sleeve after he hurt his bicep. And you can tell he didn't want to use that left arm. He didn't want to have any type of contact with that left arm. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Also, we need to talk about Giannis late game free throw misses. Giannis continued to be inconsistent from the free throw line. One thing I love about Giannis, though, he do work on his game. He do work on his jump shot and his free throw shooting, but it's still a big question mark for him right now. As he shot 6 for 13 from the free throw line, and he had many opportunities to put this game away. He missed huge free throws, and him missing free throws is a huge reason why this game went to overtime in the first place. Now, from the Miami side of things, they had big games with Gordon Dragic, Duncan Robinson. But Jimmy and Bam was not good tonight. They both stopped poorly from the field. Bam, in my opinion, he ended up only having 9 points, but shot 4 for 15 from the field. Jimmy did not shoot well from the field at all. He ended up with 17, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, but he didn't have a very good game as well. So I think Milwaukee did a great job of limiting them two. And let's talk about the impact of Drew Holiday, man. I know his numbers wasn't, very, very eye-popping, but this makes a big difference for this Milwaukee team. He's such a huge upgrade for Eric Bledsoe. Made key defensive stops, throughout the game. Had the key game-saving block at the end of overtime. He blocked Jimmy at the end there. And then let's talk about Chris Middleton. Not a lot of people like to give Chris Middleton respect, but if you pay attention to Milwaukee game this season, he is their closer. He got the most clutch points, and he hit the game-winning shot. He got to the spot today, hit a big-time shot, big-time statement from Milwaukee, especially with the way this game is played and the way they won this game. It's very encouraging for this team. So this is going to be a very good season, like I predicted. I thought this was going to be the best first-round series in the. You know what? Them in Atlanta and New York, right? This is going to be a very good series. So, big win for Milwaukee. Next up, let's talk about, in my opinion, the most stunning win of the day. Dallas and the Clippers. Dallas won 113 to 103. One thing you can say is Dallas Mavericks made a statement today. They shot lights out from the three-point line. Clippers did not shoot well from the three-point line at all. And then, as simple as this, Luka Doncic was amazing today. First half, he was scoring at will. I believe he had 22 in the first half. And then second half, he really created for his teammates. His teammates stepped up. Finney Smith stepped up. Tim Hardaway. And then Jalen Brunson continues to have a very good season off that bench, becoming one of the best backup point guards in the league. In my opinion, he's a quality starter. But if you're the Clippers, man, this is not the way you want to start your postseason. Kawhi really was the main one creating offense for them. First half, he had a very good first half, but he really slowed down the second half as, Dallas really swarmed him. They made him get rid of the ball. They was doubling him, collapsing the paint. Made the rest of the Clippers beat them. And as you can see, the Clippers, they did not beat them. Outside of Kawhi, Dallas had a perfect game plan. And here's another issue I have with Clippers. I'm very concerned. This has been a concern of mine throughout the majority of the regular season. Is the late game how they close out games. They didn't shoot well down the stretch at all. Again, that's been one of my biggest question marks for this Clippers. Rondo has been helping in that regard, but it's still a question mark for me. Clippers down the stretch was not good. They was up by a few points in the fourth quarter, and then Dallas run around in the game. And Clippers did not make shots down the stretch. It's as simple as that. Game two, I'm gonna say this: the Clippers are in for a dogfight. I thought, like I said in my prediction video last night, I think this series is gonna go. It's gonna be much tougher than people realize. Like I said, it's gonna go 6 games. I can see it's going 7 now. I really think it's gonna be a 6-7 game series. Clippers better step it up, man, because they are under a lot of pressure. This is probably this game too. They under a lot of pressure. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Big win for Luka Doncic and Dallas Mavericks. Clippers. If I'm a Clippers fan, they better. Game two is a huge game for them. It's not panic mode yet, but they lose game two. It's gonna be very interesting. So game two is gonna be very interesting. Game number 3, Boston and Brooklyn. This is probably, in my opinion, the least interesting game of the night. Overall, it was still a very good game. The score is closer than 104-93. First half, Boston really gave it to Brooklyn. Brooklyn was playing iso ball. They didn't shoot well. They Big Three did not shoot well from the field. You can tell what they were trying to figure things out there. They still trying to figure out how to play one another. They were taking turns, doing ISO was not the way you be successful in the playoffs. So Boston really punched in the mouth in the first half. However, in the second half, Brooklyn really calmed down defense. They moved the ball, a lot better in the second half. The Big Three got to their spots. They created for others as well. It was overall a beautiful performance in the second half. And they really turned it up in that second half. And then from the Boston standpoint, Jason Tatum did not have a good game. If they want to have any type of chance, Jason Tatum got to have more than 22 points. He only shot 6 for 20 from the field, so not a good game from him. And then Kemba Walker did not have a good game as well. Players who I thought had a very good game for Boston is Marcus Smart had a pretty good game. Sometimes he took some questionable shots, but the effort was there. He had a pretty good game. And then Robert Williams, who I am high on, I believe he's going to end up being a 5, at least for the next couple of years. He got very high ceiling, had 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 blocks in only 21 minutes of play, if I'm not mistaken. And then I love the impactful minutes that Jabari Parker gave. Looked good out there in 20 minutes, so that was encouraging to see. But the second half really showed why Brooklyn got too much firepower. Boston don't really have enough scoring, especially with Jaylen Brown being out. I would have loved to see how this series would have gone with Jaylen Brown. I wouldn't think that this, Boston would have beat Brooklyn anyway, but it'd have been more interesting. And you can tell that they don't have enough scoring. Jason Tatum need help. Brooklyn really collapsed and focused on Jason Tatum. And the way it's looking like this is going to be a very short series. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it be a sweep. But I do think Jason Tatum can give Boston a game. So we're going to see how the rest of the series plays out. But game 1, Brooklyn looked good on both ends of the floor, especially in that second half. And then let's talk about the final game of the night. Portland and Denver. Like I said, this is a series that I really had trouble picking in the Western Conference. Due to the fact that Denver is really hurt. Monte Morris plays today, but he just come off a hamstring injury. Will Barton is still out with a hamstring injury. PJ Dozier is out with an injury. So Denver is dealing with injuries. And then outside of Jokic and Michael Porter, even Michael Porter could be questionable at times. Who really gonna provide Denver with scoring? And that third guy has to be Aaron Gordon, but he didn't really have a standout game. And then for Portland, Portland really played out. They really continue their hot streak right now. Like I said, I do still got question marks about Portland's ability to defend, but the offensive firepower is there. So if they can play some defense, this team is going to be dangerous. Dame really set the tone for this team. The way he was just dishing out the ball in the first half, with 8-9 assists in the first half, and then really started to score more in the second half. Ended up the game with 32 points and 13 assists. So very good game for Dame. Well, the way he passed basketball today. Love the way he got his teammates involved, and then Dame hitting his long range threes, man. So beautiful performance for Dame. Very good performance for Portland. Now we're gonna see how Denver responds. So yeah, those are the recap of the first 4 games, the first day of the playoffs. Very entertaining day. The playoffs gonna be like this. We are in for a great playoffs, very good playoffs. So I will be back tomorrow for day 2 recap. For tomorrow games, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to continue seeing this daily recap videos, or so I do it like a couple times or 3 times a week. But it also depends on how good the games are, during that day. So I'm gonna end it there. Love today's game. Glad playoffs are here, man. I'm excited for playoff basketball. Best time of the year for NBA basketball. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap video. I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. Peace out.